Hey everybody, I'm Becki Adams. Thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel today. Today I am thrilled to be creating along with a huge list of amazing crafters to celebrate Sara Scraps' 5-year anniversary here on YouTube. So there's tons of awesome video content for you today, and there are also a few giveaways along the way. So I will leave all the information for the hop in the video description below. Make sure that you go find those videos and enter some of the giveaways along the way as well. I also have a fun giveaway that we will talk a little bit more about at the end of the video. So today I have a 12 by 12 layout to share with you. I'm mostly using products from American Crafts from two collections. And that's the Storyteller collection by Vicki Boutin and the Late Afternoon collection by Amy Tangerine. Okay, so let's get started. So I have some thickers that we will use here for the title, but I'm going to set those aside for a minute. And then I have these letter stickers from Ellie's Studio, these white letter stickers, but I'm actually just going to use the numbers on these ones, I think. But before we get to the title and numbers and all that, let's jump into the base of the layout. So the background for this layout is this blue pattern paper with all these white dots. On the back side, it's got this beautiful floral, but I needed something a little less busy for the background on this project. I have 9 photos that I'm going to be putting on this layout, so I wanted to keep my pattern papers pretty, I guess not neutral in their color palette, but more of a tone-on-tone, less busy. So we're going to use this blue for the background, and then I have this yellow kind of paint, just painted lines, it looks like. This is from Amy Tangerine's Late Afternoon collection, and this one is as well. And that's just got this nice kind of a plum color grid. And we'll start off by layering these two papers together. The yellow and the plum are going to create a mat for my photo. So I'm just putting on some adhesive. I'm using double-sided tape from scrapbook.com. That seems to be my go-to adhesive lately. I really like actually all the sizes, but I think the size that I use most often is this 1/4 inch. Okay, so I have a mat created for my photos, but I'm not going to adhere it to the background quite yet. I want to kind of lay things out and make sure that I have the placement correct. So the title of this layout is going to be My Favorite Things. And I just went around my house yesterday, and some of these are screenshots and some of them are photos that I took of things that I'm really enjoying right now. So I will tell you more about these in a minute, but for right now I want to get these photos adhered to the mats. So what I did is I printed my photos and I printed them on Canon matte photo paper. I'll leave a link for that in the video description below too. I just love the matte finish. It looks like I printed photos on cardstock, but they're a much higher quality. Okay, so I have these 2 pieces of torn pattern paper. They are from the Late Afternoon collection. And I want to create a cluster of embellishments here and here. And these strips of pattern paper are going to be to anchor those embellishment clusters. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of adhesive here and adhere those just to the sides. This one I'm not gonna have touching the top or the bottom of the page, but this one I want clear up in the upper right hand corner. So when I tore these, on this one I kind of made the edge round so that there wasn't a sharp edge. On this one I did the same thing on this end, but I left the top corner because I wanted to leave it right up there in the corner of the background. Okay, and then I have printed my journaling on vellum. So initially I printed my journaling on white paper because that's what I typically do. And I put it on there and I just didn't like how bold it was, and it kind of competed with all my photos. Okay, so I've got my title and journaling in place. For the vellum, I just adhered that underneath my title, under the tag that I've got my title on, and then I use my tiny attacher to staple it in place up at the top. So now that I've got my photos and journaling and title in place, it's time to add a few embellishments. So I have these flowers that I fussy cut from a pattern paper in the Becki Storyteller collection, and I want to create a floral cluster up here and over here. Okay, so I've got this flower that I cut from the edge of the pattern paper, and I'm going to place this right in the corner. And instead of going right to the edge, I need to bump it up a little bit so that I don't cover up my journaling. So I'm just going to leave that one on the edge right there, and I'll trim off the excess here in just a minute. And then I've got the yellow, and I'm going to do the same thing here. I want to make sure that I'm not covering up any of my journaling. So I'll just leave it off the edge a little bit, and then we can trim the excess off here in a minute when we're finished. So actually, I'm going to bring that down a little bit because I want to pop that pink flower and get a pop of that dark pink right up here. Okay, and I'm going to nestle that flower right in that open spot with the journaling. I'm actually going to bump this one up just a little bit. Okay. And then over here, I'm going to do the same thing, but I want, and I'm using this one big floral cluster. I might use this little one as well, but I wasn't sure. I want to kind of see how the placement worked out. And I don't think I'm going to need it, because what I'm going to do is just nestle those flowers in with the photos. I'm making sure that I'm not covering up anything, you know, overly important. I'm not covering up anybody's face or anything. So I think it's kind of fun to have your embellishments overlap on top of the photo from time to time. And on this project, that works well. Just like that. I want to make sure that I've got that pop of pink over there on that side, and I'll have just a little bit of it but that'll work. Okay, so I'm just flipping the layout over. It's just easier for me to see where I need to trim. And then we'll do the same on this corner. Just trim off the excess. Okay. All right, so I'm almost finished, but I have two things that I want to add here. And I think first I'm going to do the date. And I just put today's date, which, let's see, January 20th. And I'm just using a black ink from scrapbook.com. And I'm going to nestle this right there in the title. And I'm using a Heidi Swap date stamp. It's my favorite date stamp. I reach for that one all the time. Okay, so the last thing I want to do, if you noticed over here, there are numbers next to my journaling. And I want to add these numbers to the photos that corresponds with the journaling. And while I am doing that, I'll tell you a little bit about my favorite things, and I will make sure and link them in the video description or in the description box below. So the first one is a scalp brush. My daughter and I got them for Christmas, and I use it when I shampoo my hair, and it feels so good and gets your scalp nice and clean. This number 2 is my husband and I have been watching the show Elementary. I know that's an older one, but we've been enjoying watching that in the evenings together. Number 3 is, let's see, let's do that one down here. Number 3 are red aspen nails. And if you're not familiar with them, that's what I am wearing today and in this photo. They are the most amazing press-on nails. And I'll have I signed up to be a distributor, so I'll have a link to my site through them in the video description, but you really should try them. It's a quick, easy manicure for $15 or less. I do them about twice a week, or excuse me, not twice a week, once every 2 weeks. Number 4, if you have not tried these Kinder candy bars, you are missing out. They're fantastic. Number 5 is my happy planners. I have 2 planners that I keep up with. I have one that I use for like my tasks, my everyday, to-do lists and stuff like that. And then this one that's on the top here, that's the bigger one, is for my tasks and like to-do lists. The smaller one that says book I use as a memory planner. So that's the one that I go back and I do Heidi Swap's Stop the Blur class. And so I kind of work backwards in my memory planner, and it's kind of I use it most like as a journal, I guess you could say. But I'll leave the link to Heidi's Stop the Blur class in the video description too, because if you haven't checked that out, you need to. It's amazing. So let's see, we're up to number 6. Number 6, let's do that one right here. I have my favorite drink these days is Dr. Pepper with a splash of raspberry syrup and coconut coffee creamer. Anyway, so that's number 6. Number 7 is some new hair products that I have been using for the last few months. It's called the Heritage Collection, and you can find it at Walmart. But I love everything that I've tried of that product line. Has been really, really good. So number 8, I guess, is not really a thing, but my person. And there's a photo of my husband and I. Since the whole pandemic thing has happened, I guess, my husband has been working from home. So we are together 24/7. Anyway, we love it. I love having him home with us during the day. Okay, so there's number 8. And then last but not least is a cookbook that I got for Christmas. It's called the I Heart Nap Time cookbook. And we have tried so many recipes and had so much fun with this cookbook. It's nothing fancy. There's a lot of comfort foods in there, but it's just a fun, easy cookbook. All the recipes can be made in less than an hour. And with that last number, I'm going to call this one finished. So really quick though, I do have a fun giveaway that I wanted to share with all of you. I'm giving away a $25 gift card to scrapbook.com. So all you need to do to enter to win is to make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. Leave a comment in the description box below telling me one of your favorite things. It doesn't have to be crafty related. Just something that you're really enjoying right now. And bonus points if you can link it, because I would love to check it out. So make sure... So subscribe, leave a comment telling me your favorite thing here on YouTube, and then if you want an extra entry, I'd love to have you hop over to Instagram and follow me there. I share a lot of my work over in my Instagram feed. So thank you for stopping by. I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome if you're new. I'd love to have you as a new subscriber. I do a lot of layout shares and scrapbooking process videos. So thank you for stopping by, and I will see you again soon.